Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? You already know what it is, man. We are back again, and it's time for the weekend banger. That's a lot, y'all. It's time for the weekend banger, and I got one. I keep a banger at all times. But like I always say before I start these videos off, I have no problem delivering this content to everybody that's out here working hard, working a 9 to 5. Everybody that's out here with their own business, getting to that bag the legit way. I make sure y'all got something to watch in the mornings, man. I promise y'all, there's no problem on my end. I also have no problem making sure I'm warning y'all and telling y'all about how dangerous prison is. I only ask for one thing in the process though, man. And that's for y'all to just stay out the way. That's all I want y'all to do, man. I don't want you to go to jail. I don't want you to leave your family. I don't want you to have to go through the courtroom system. I don't want you to have to get on that bus and head up the road, man. So whatever state you at, man. I don't want to see y'all go through that, man. I'm letting you know now. It's a better life out here when you staying out the way. A lot of y'all want to stay out the way, but you're just stuck in the middle of, I got to hold my homeboy down until y'all 50, man. Like, you got to snap out of it sooner or later. Usually it takes jail for you to snap out of it. Once you see that when you go to jail, there's going to be nobody in your corner from your hood or nothing like that. It's going to be no support except the people that you left. That's going to be the only support you're going to have, man. So sometimes it takes that. But if you don't want to put yourself through that, man, seeing that who your friends really are by going to have to go learn a crazy lesson by doing prison time, man, change your life around right now and just stay out the way, y'all. That's all I'm asking for, man. Period. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's time for the weekend bangers. What I need y'all to do is like, share, subscribe, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. What? It's time for business. Time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called She Chose Who She Wanted. Part 1. Crazy thing, crazy situation, but we are aware, people. We are in penitentiary, man, but crazy things happen all the time. And I'm telling y'all, man, like, a lot of times dudes be in penitentiary, man, and like, I ain't gonna lie, man, ain't nothing wrong with, like, you know, getting at a female that worked there and bagging her or whatever the case, man, but a lot of dudes get too gone. Like, you really, like, you do too much when you get these people, man. Like, you get the women and you think that they are really your girl and you try to, like, I'm gonna go home to her. Like, you really try to lock it down. And I don't ever really think that's the ultimate goal for a person. If you end up getting with somebody that worked in the prison, man, like the ultimate goal, man, is to get money. Like it has to be, man, because anything can happen at any given time, including her turning you in. So you gotta just take advantage of your situation when you got the situation. That's all I be telling dudes, man. A lot of times people don't want to listen to me, people. But with that being said, though, we on Lawrenceville for this, y'all. We on Lawrenceville, and I can remember being in 30 building for this, man. And we in 30 building, man, everybody chilling, man. It's kind of like, you know, I've been in there a little second now. I'm a 30 building representative, man. Everybody knows Weezy, man, in 30 building. Like, I just probably been in there a lot of years, been around, getting the pack. I'm doing my little thing every now and then, man. I'm relevant in the building. Like, when you relevant in the building, man, like, it means a lot to yourself because you know that you can get stuff, you can get your own stuff, you can get stuff from other people. Like, it's just like having a credit card in your building, man. Like, I felt like I can get whatever I wanted, man. That's why I never really had a problem about getting spun by dudes who had the pack or somebody lying to me, because when I get mine, you already know what time it is. We gonna go to war what? And that's why I used to tell dudes. But at the end of the day, people used to play fair, man. 30 building wasn't really a petty building. It used to be a little stuff here and there, man, but it wasn't nothing really petty going on, man. So like, with all this being said though, man, like it's the home of opportunity, by the way. Like I tell y'all this in every story when I talk about Lawrenceville, man, because it was really like that. Lawrenceville was one of those camps that I was hearing about for 5 years before I got there. So I can imagine how it was back then. Now when I got here, now that I'm finally here, I see what it's hitting for. And I see that it's really like a real good laid back camp where you can come chill, get some money, get a lady, get a cell phone. You know what I mean? It's like the American dream for penitentiary, man. Like, it's really, man, I ain't joking. It's the best spot you can go to. And I used to love being in there. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it took a lot for me to get off my square, to be like, I'm gonna trick my whole stuff up and just get off Lawrenceville, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like 7 years on Lawrenceville went by like this. Like now, Sussex 2, I did 7 years, but it didn't go by like that. The first couple years, yeah, it was fun. 3 years, it was all right. But like a while, that investigator dude, he punished Sussex 2. So that's when I took my talents to Lawrenceville, man. Like 7 years went by fast, man. Like before you know it, I was almost ready to go home. So like doing time on Lawrenceville was beautiful, man. And that's what I used to always try to share with a lot of people that was from my city, that this how it was. Like take advantage of this stuff, man. Like, like I can't hold your hand through this stuff, man. Like, I can look out and do whatever, but you got to find your own motion in the camp where it allows you to get your own motion, man. So a dude that don't have no motion on Lawrenceville, you kind of look like an alien, man. You look like somebody that just was on a slow bus when you was out there, man. So you got to find your own motion. So it was this one dude, man. We gonna call him Mook, man. He was somebody from the town, but he was somebody that they said was already on this camp before, and he ended up coming back to Lawrenceville. Now, I didn't know him when he came on the camp before, but I did meet him when I was in 60 building. Now, he was a brown-skinned dude, about my height, skinny, kind of slim dude, didn't work out. He didn't do nothing, man, but what he did do, man, is put all his energy in to try to get a lady, try to look fly for he can get a lady. Like, that used to be his whole motive. And there's several people like that running around Lawrenceville, man, that like just all they want to do is just holler at the women. Now, Mook, he was into that. That's what he was into. I noticed that when I came to the other side. We wasn't even in the same building when I was over in 60 building when they first put me in San Francisco. He was in 70 building, and dudes told me he was from Norfolk or whatever the case. And me and him met, whatever, you know what I mean? It was all right, it was cool, but it was like, we never was like that. But what I saw from him was he was just a dude that be down on those women. Now, Mook was in his 30s, you know what I mean? He was a little slight older than me, but he was one of those dudes that you could tell, like, his first bid didn't teach him no lesson. You could tell, like, he went out there, he could tell when he went home, he didn't do nothing except get locked back up. Now he's back to his old regular tricks, putting on them Levi's and trying to holler at them COs, man. Sometimes I used to think that dudes just really, that's the only way dudes can survive was in prison. Because when I see you leave and come back, they used to look crazy. So he left. He left when we was in the beginning stages, and this was 09. He left in 09. So this is like 3-4 years later. Now he's back on Lawrenceville. So like, I never looked at those dudes with respect when I see you leave and come back. I mean, we might kick it, we might speak, whatever the case, man. But like, I really looked at you like you was weak, man, because if you got an opportunity to get out on the streets, man, you decide you want to come back to this place, man, where you got to fight and scratch just to try to get a woman, if that's what you into, man, you are a freaking maniac, man. So boom. So Mook was back on the compound. But this time around, he was on the compound, man. They moved him in 50 building. So when everybody saw that he was in 50 building, we already knew he wasn't going to stay in that building, because 50 building is the therapeutic building. 50 building is the building where people go there and they take programming. They got 3 pods inside that building, just like we got 3 pods. Now they small pods, one in the 3 pods. That's kind of the program blocks. Both of those are program blocks. The 2 pod was an honor pod for basically the people that was in those program blocks. They had the option to be able to either stay in those blocks after they graduate, or they can move into the honor pod if they just wanted to be a 50 building person. And that's what that pod was for. So they had 2 programs and then an honor pod. So we already knew bro wasn't gonna stay in the jump. You know what I mean? He up his regular tricks, trying to look fly, trying to holler at the ladies. So I don't know if he was already working on this lady, you know what I mean? But it was a lady that used to work outside of the yard that ended up working our building. Now, I didn't know that she was in 50 building at first. I didn't know she was a 50 building lady at first, because I never really seen her like that. She was fairly new to the outside of the yard. Now, I haven't been on the other side of the yard in years, so like I didn't know what was on the other side. Sometimes you didn't see the women all the time that work on the other side, unless they do double sometime and come on the outside. So you wouldn't see all the women all the time. But I guess bro was down on her prior from him coming to 30 building. But long story short, he ended up moving to our pod. So when he ended up coming in our pod, like, it was all right. We already had like 4-5 solid dudes in there from Norfolk. That was cool. But it won't even on that type of time. I told you, like, everybody's doing their own thing in there. It kind of looked geographical when you hanging with dudes from where you from, but that's just what it is. At the end of the day, though, everybody was friendly with each other in there. Even the red team, even the blue team, everybody was in there chilling. It was a great environment. So when he moved in, it was like perfect for him, because he was the type of dude that basically be down on the women. He be down on doing this, down on doing that. And that's what he like to do, man. Like when the women come in or a CO come in, he gonna find a way to stop her and holler at her, man. So this lady that I'm about to talk about, man, we're going to call her, man, Miss Norman, man. Let's call her Miss Norman, man. But Miss Norman was young. She was young. She was like 28 or something like that. That was young compared to us, to the other COs that was working. She was young, man, like 28 years old. And she was somebody that I thought was new. But everybody was telling me that Miss Norman wasn't new. They were saying she worked the other side and she worked 50 buildings. So I guess that's what bro kind of was putting his bid in at, man. So Miss Norman came in and did her rounds. She stopped at bro's cell. Bro was on the bottom tier, like way in the back, kind of close to the handicap. So like, she stopped back there and she kicked it with him. You know, he was hollering at her, everything was straight. So like he was doing his thing with her. Like you could tell the woman kind of like want to be in your space, man. You know, even if she worked there, like she felt bro. Like she, you know what I mean? I thought she was digging bro, my opinion, man, because when she come in, she'll stop and holler at him. So they'll talk for a while, and then after the talk, then you start seeing her come in the pod, and she'll post up on the brick wall. Now, with her being like her first time over here, several dudes trying to holler at her though, but it's just that bro Mook got her on smash. It's just that Mook got her in a headlock because I think he had a rapport with her from 50 building, so he out there jump talking to her. You know, everything going smooth. He kicking it with her. She laughing, smiling. Miss Norman was like a kind of short lady. You know, she wasn't all that chubby, but slightly chubby, but really short. I'll give her like 5'3". She was like 5'3", man, slightly chubby, man, but she had a big booty. I ain't even gonna lie, her booty was huge. And when she would come through, that's what dudes, like, and when she first came through, that's what dudes were like, yo, who is that? Everybody was trying to find out who she was. The only person who knew who she was, man, was Mook, and Mook was down there putting his beard in, y'all, so boom. So he hollered at her, Now, with Mook being from the town, like, he was one of those dudes, I guess, because he just came back to prison, like, he wasn't, like, trying to attach himself to nobody for real. He just was in there being a loner doing his thing. And that's something I can respect because it's not about what you from. It's not about where you from and all that, like, no more. You know what I mean? You deal with who you deal with. You gonna hold down who you gonna hold down. If it so happen to be somebody from where you're from, it just looks like that, man. But when he came in, he wasn't dealing with nobody from the town. He dealt with his celly. His celly was from Petersburg. He would deal with him. He would talk to him. And then every now and then when he would see us, he would speak, you know, dap us up and just keep it moving. It wouldn't be no conversation, which I didn't care. I didn't care about this, by the way, but this is what he was doing. Now, he would come talk to me sometime when he needed a feezy or when he wanted to find out where the feezies was at. He already know I know where it's at or I either got it. So when he would come through and he would want a feezy or something, you know what I mean? That's when I would have a conversation with him a little bit here and there. And I asked him though, man, I was like, yo, bro, like, who made you come back to this job? I said, bro, they sent you right back to Lawrenceville too. He was like, no, I was hoping he would too. He said, man, I was at receiving praying, man. So I said, how long you was on the street when you got out, bro? He was like, man, I went on the street long, man. He was like, man, for real though, when you get out, Weezy, man, make sure you choose the right girl. Because the wrong girl gonna have you moving like you used to move, man. You don't want that, man. I was like, what you mean by that? This is my word. Mook was the first person that kind of like gave me an inside perspective on like what not to do when you get out there as far as with women. And it made sense. Like he's a psycho for coming back for his own reasons, man. But when he broke down like, yo, listen, if you get a girl, he was like, this was his exact words and I'll never forget it. He was like, yo, if you get a girl that just let you run over her, let you do whatever you want to do, cheat, she don't care who your friends is, she don't care if you run the street, if she don't care about none of those things, bro, she's not good for you. I don't care how she look. I don't care if she got a big booty. I'm like, bro, you saying that and you came back. So I was like, so you must have chose the wrong person. He was like, yeah, that's what I'm telling you. He was like, man, I was with a girl and we just was toxic, man. He was like, as soon as we got together, man, I got with her as soon as I got out, man. He was like, we was just toxic, man. We was just toxic. And, you know, she didn't really care what I did. And like, it was just always toxic, man. So like, he was like, I felt like if I would have got a woman with a little substance, you know what I mean? That would have kept him out there. So like, I was like, bro, I understand. I feel that, you know what I mean? But he was like, he brought back 5 years. He didn't bring back too much. He brought back 5 years. So that's how he was able to get sent back to Lawrenceville, which was a level 3, which was still, you know, in his guidelines. So he was able to come back there. So me and him talked sometime. He was all right. He was all right, but he still didn't deal with nobody like that. So I say after time went on, a little time went on, man, he started getting a little bit more familiar with Miss Norman. Now, like I say, she would work 50 building, and then she'll come over our joint every blue moon since now Mook done came over here. Now, I didn't know since Mook came over here was the only reason that sometimes she was trying to get over here. I found that out later too. But when she was working 50 building, he would still go outside and just post up on the fence and she'll come out the door and everything and kick it with dude. So it looked like he had Miss Norman. That's what it looked like, y'all. I promise y'all, man. It looked like he had Miss Norman. So she started coming over our building a little bit more. So he'll be posted up, kicking her with her at the brick wall. They have a good conversation. She laughing, smiling. You know, the whole nine. He over there jump spitting. He was feeling good about himself, man. So, you know, like after a while of like just not only me, man, like there was other dudes in there, not even from Norfolk. Like dudes see what's going on. And like you have dudes that's barracudas. Like I'm talking about barracuda in the sense where they like, yo, what's up, bro? That John ain't trying to get no money. Like, what's going on? She ain't trying to get no bread. You know what I mean? Like, those questions are going to come up. So I knew those questions was going to come up. So one day after he finished hollering at her, we all was standing back by my man's cell. My man slept on the back wall part on the right side where the handicap was at up there. So we standing with our back to his door almost, but we looking straight at the pod, and we can see bro at the brick wall hollering at Miss Norman. So after she left, he put his headphones back on. He just started walking laps. So when he walked past us the first time, my homeboy was like, "Hey, look, man, see, that's Fuel, man." He's like, "Man, ask that Fuel, she trying to bring the pack, man." He hollered at bro, was like, "Yo, man, ask him if she trying to bring the pack." Because apparently he ain't trying to get no pack. Like, what's going on? Like, what's going on? I was like, man, you right, man. The dudes were like, "Yo, I'm telling you, man, somebody else gonna pull up on him because he already act like he don't rock with us." So I started thinking, I'm like, man, like they are making sense. So when his third lap come around, I was like, I gave him like a little jab, you know what I mean? So I hit him in his arm a little bit. He was like, he got me up and he looked at everybody. He was like, what's up, what's going on? I was like, what's up, bro? I was like, look. He was like, what? I was like, bro, you ain't trying to get no money? He was like, what you mean? I was like, bro, what you mean? What I mean, bro? Like, you got the lady in the headlock, bro. Is you trying to get some money, bro? Like, what you trying to do? He was like, I mean, like, I got her, but like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to hit first. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get her out there. Let me hit first. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, like, you know, I ain't really tripping on it. You know, I got 5 years to bring back, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm good. Like, she be putting money on my books. That's what she be doing. I was like, putting money on your books? I'm like, bro, you taking money from her, man? He was like, man, I mean, I ain't taking money from her. She just making sure I'm straight because, you know, like, you know, it's rough, bro. I'm locked up. I was like, man, I get it, man. But I was like, bro, listen, bro, like, you ain't, like, bro, see if she'll bring the, I was like, bro, I get it though, bro. Like, see if she'll bring the la-la, bro. Like, she ain't trying to get no la-la money, bro. Like, it's money in the la-la, bro, or whatever you trying to get. He was like, not now, bro. Like, not now. This ain't the time right now, though. Right now. I was like, well, all right, my bad, bro. He was like, nah, ain't nothing like that. I'm just, you know what I mean? It ain't the time, though. Like, you know what I mean? It ain't the time. So, all right, that's what it is. So when he peeled off, everybody was like, yo, bro, wildin', man. Like, what do you mean it ain't the time? Every day you up here laughing, smiling with this lady, man. Like, what you trying to do with this, man? What you trying to do? You trying to go home to this lady, man? That's what you trying to do, man. I'm telling y'all, man, I done met so many official dudes, man. When it comes to being with a woman or messing with a woman, man, nigga, attributes be all messed up, y'all. So boom. So I didn't really know what he meant or care what he meant by this isn't the time. But you know what? It's his life. He got to do what he got to do. I didn't let that affect me from finding my motion or whatever my motion was going to be coming up. I didn't care about that, man. So time went on and bro kept hollering at her and hollering at her and hollering at her and hollering at her. And we was figuring that maybe he getting the pack and he ducking us. Like, you got to think all type of stuff. Like, because we done been through all type of stuff, man. Dudes are so scary on Lawrenceville. Like they'll do all type of, like, secondhand, yo, I'm getting it, but I'm going to send it over here. Like, we be thinking all type of stuff. But if he was doing it, that was his business. You know what I mean? We won't trip it on that. Bro just moving back in the pod. He don't know nobody. Bro just came in our pod. He don't really know nobody, even if he from North. So he continue on doing his thing, man. Till one day, man, we heard the people coming in and they was like, yo, the police out in the pod, the police out in the salad port, the police in the salad port. So when I slide over, everybody was like, Arr! Everybody hit the police noise. I look, I'm standing over here kind of like close to the microwave, me and Popcorn talking. Popcorn up there making a butt naked. I'm up there about to put a honey bun in the microwave. So I'm up there lit. I'm super lit already. It's like right before dinner a little bit, you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm going to yet because they got spaghetti, but Popcorn about to put a butt naked in the microwave. I'm about to put a honey bun in the joint after him. So me and Popcorn up there talking. And when we hear the police noise, we both looked at the same time. We seen somebody coming in with a cart. Now, when somebody was coming in with a cart, we looked, it was a bald head dude. You know what I mean? Bald head dude. He had the freaking like the light beard, you know what I mean? He looked like he wasn't that old, but you could tell he was in his 30s, but he had a bald head or whatever the case. But he come in, you know what I mean? I seen kind of diesel looking dude, you know, like he do push-ups every day. Looking at he coming in, his blue shirt was super duper tight. So he walked in with the cart and he went upstairs. He took his stuff upstairs. He moved into the cell close to over there where Popcorn be doing his laundry at. So he take his stuff up there. So when he come in the joint, I started seeing dudes from the 804 talk to him, you know what I mean? Dudes from Richmond. So you seeing them hollering at him, you know what I mean? So they talking, they having a good conversation. So they talking, they all over there. It looked like he knew all of them, you know what I mean? So I guess that's where he was from. He was from Richmond. So he talking to them, you know what I mean? So when I seen him smile, you know what I mean? When I seen him talking close up and I seen like how he was talking, I seen he had 4 crowns in his mouth. Y'all know crowns are the open face goals, you know what I mean? So he had 4 of them jumps in his mouth. So I see he talking, you know what I mean? So he just chilling like, yeah, you know, I don't know the dude, so I don't say nothing to him. So I went upstairs to go take my laundry upstairs, probably about an hour later after he coming in the pod. So he done got himself situated or whatever the case. When I go upstairs to take my stuff, I look, he was standing at the dude door, which was by his cell, you know what I mean? Because he was the second to the last cell where the laundry area was at. Now the third to the last cell, he was standing at the dude's cell, which this dude was from Richmond. And he was talking to him and I heard him like, yeah, man, as I was walking by. He was like, yeah, man, yeah, I'm trying to holler at that old girl, shawty, like, yeah, my girl over here, shawty, like, yeah, I was just at 50 building, da. So I hit 50 building, I hear you gotta holler at this old girl. So I didn't pay it no mind, but I heard that. I put my laundry bag down, I peeled. So later on that day, you know what I mean? Later on that day, Miss works the day shift. She don't work the evening shift. So I don't know if she was at 50 building or she wasn't at work that day, man. But later on that day, man, I seen the dude. Later on that day, I seen Mook. And when I seen Mook was just looking happy, super happy. I was like, bro, what you looking happy like that for? He was like, what you say? I said, bro, why you looking happy like that, bro? You smiling to yourself? Because I seen him, he was listening to his music. He just was like, he just started cheesing. I'm like, so he walked past. I'm like, bro, what you got to eat? That's when he walked past. I was like, yo, bro, what you got going on? So he was like, what you say? I was like, bro, what you got? You happy? What's going on, bro? He was like, nah, man. He was like, man, for real though, man. He was like, man, nah, man. He was like, man, look, I'm saying though, man, like for real though, that's my baby though, man. I ain't gonna lie, that's my baby though, man. I was like, who you talking about? He was like, man, Miss Norman, man. Miss Norman, that's my baby, man. I was like, come on, man. Listen, man, it's not your baby, man. That's not, I'm joking, but I'm serious too. I'm like, bro, that's not your baby, man. That's not your baby. You like, yes, it is. Yeah, it is, man. You like, man, for real. That's why I don't want to risk it like that. And I done heard dudes say this before. He isn't the first guy that I done seen get soft over a woman, and now he don't want the woman to do nothing once he bag. Like this, he's not the first one. He's like the 10th one, because dudes get like this, man. So when he's saying this isn't my first time hearing this, so I know how to handle a conversation like this. So when he's saying it, I'm like, bro, listen, she's not your girl. She go home every day, bro. She go home every day. So you telling me when she go home every day, she ain't messing with nobody else? He was like, man, I don't care who she messing with when she out there. When she come in here, that's my girl. I'm like, I ain't even really had nothing to say behind that, because that made a lot of sense, but still though, it didn't make a lot of sense to me. So when he say that, I just start laughing. So I'm like, yo, bro, man, listen, it's not your girl, man. He was like, man, I'm telling you, man, that's why I ain't man, look what I'm listening to, man. Look what I'm listening to, man. This is my word. The man put the joint on my ear, man. This man listening to the old Avant CD, man. This man listening to the old Avant jank, man. That lonely nights of a silhouette. And it was mine. Y'all remember that song, man? Sun keep turning. The jump with him and him and the lady in the jump, man. My first love. I'm like, man, for real, bro, man. He like, man, go ahead. I was like, bro, listen. I said, you wild, man. You know what I mean? Like, he will only talk to me like that from Norfolk because he knew me from the other side. He really didn't care for those other dudes like that, man. So I'm like, yo, bro, listen, bro. I'm telling you, man, like, man, make her bring the pot, man. You might as well, even if it ain't me helping you, bro, get the pot, bro. He was like, no, he put his headphones back on. He was like, nah, man, it's all good, man. Wait till my baby come to work tomorrow. I was like, bro, listen. Do not waste all your time and energy trying to fall in love. He was like, why not? I'm bidding, Weezy. I'm bidding, man. Like, you man, you know what I mean? Like, everybody, listen, bro, like, I done went out there and done it, bro. I done went out there and hustled, bro. I said you went out there and came right back. So that means you done something wrong, right? He was like, man, listen, all I'm saying is money ain't everything. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to be comfortable, bro. Like I don't want to be in here serving dudes, man, all these hating dudes, worrisome dudes. I don't want to go there. I said, I'll handle that. Let me handle that part right there. I'll take care of that. You ain't got to do nothing, man, but keep doing what you're doing with the lady, man. Listening to Avant, man. That's all you got to do. He was like, man, go ahead, Weezy, man. He was like, man, look. Nah, man. I was like, man, all right, man. I just left it alone, man. You know what I mean? Peeled off on him. Went back in the cell. Next day roll around. I stay sleep for breakfast. You know what I mean? I don't come out for breakfast. I stay in the bed. I don't think I came out till a little bit right before we was about to go to lunch. So Miss Norman, if she is gonna work, she'll work in the morning. I don't know if she's here or not, because I was asleep. So by the time I got up, you know what I mean, it was count clear. Dudes was already out in the pod. School already had left, you know what I mean? So I got up and I just started brushing my teeth. I got up, brushed my teeth, washed my face, you know what I mean? Got myself together. Got my stuff together, put some lotion on, you know what I mean? I still ain't even look out the door yet, man. So I go put my socks on, get myself straight, you know what I mean? Put some clothes on, I'm like, I got up, went to the door, I looked. I thought I was seeing things. I was like, hold on. Grab my blue shirt, because I knew they were going to call a child soon. Put my shirt on. Went and looked again, I was like, I just laughed to myself. I laughed to myself when I saw. I'm like, that joke crazy. So I finally come out. I was like, yo, bro, get my door open. I told my roommate, get the door open, bro. Get the door open. Get the door open. Bow. I step out. I come on the tier, I'm looking, I'm like, I looked again. When I looked, I seen the bald head dude from Richmond that just came in, man. The bald head dude from Richmond that just came in. He like this at the brick wall. He's super posted up. He like, all you see is them goals. He like, I look this way and I look down and I seen Moot. Moot was standing by the cell like this. Moot was like,
get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.